Good afternoon, everyone. This is a Pat and Dee Black History moment, and once again, Dee will remain quiet while I speak. We all know on January 1st, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. As the nation approached its third year of bloody civil war, the proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforward shall be free. We also know that Juneteenth is celebrated for dating back to 1865, and Juneteenth commemorates the day when 250,000 slaves in the state of Texas, which became the last bastion for slavery during the final days of Civil War, were declared free by the U.S. Army. But did you know 5 months later, on November 22nd of 1865, Mississippi authorizes the sale of black orphans to white masters or mistresses. On November 22nd, 1865, the Mississippi legislature passed an act to regulate the relation of master and apprentice as relates to freed men, freed Negroes, and mulattoes. Under the law, sheriffs, justices of the peace, and other county civil officers were authorized and required to identify all minor black children in their jurisdictions who were orphans or whose parents could not properly care for them. Once identified, the local probate court was required to apprentice black children to white masters or mistresses until the age of 18 for girls and age 21 for boys. Why do you think they did it? Free labor. After the physical and economic devastation of the Civil War, Southern states faced the daunting task of rebuilding their infrastructures and economies. At the same time, the young white male population had been drastically reduced by wartime casualties, and emancipation had freed the formerly enslaved black labor that had largely built the entire region. In some response, some Southern state legislatures passed race-specific laws to establish new forms of labor relations between black workers and white employees that complied with the letter of the law, but actually sought to recreate the enslaved conditions of involuntary servitude that existed prior to emancipation. Though this law did not require white employers to pay the children they hired a wage, the law did require them to pay the county a fee for the apprentice arrangement. The law claimed to require white masters to provide their apprentices with education, medical care, food, and clothing. But it also reinstituted many of the more notorious features of slavery. The children's former enslavers were given first opportunity to hire those formerly enslaved by them. For example, in addition, the law authorized white masters to recapture any apprentice who left their employment without consent and threatened children with criminal punishment for refusing to work. Even though we were free, we weren't all free. Thank you to EGI.org, AI Overview, and Google.com for this very vital information. And if you don't know, now you know. Take care.